Today this video is brought to you by Slay the Brother. My name is Killtrap and me and my brother stream Magic the Gathering and other games, but mainly at Magic the Gathering for now. This is a historic Gruul deck that, it's pretty fun, it's pretty aggro, and is capable of turn 2 wins that don't take 5 minutes, as we're about to see. So if you love playing aggro decks, especially Gruul, or if you're a new player to Arena who doesn't have a lot of the rare lands or wild cards to spear on creatures, then this deck may be for you. And there you have it. Gruul aggro gets turn 2 wins. Pretty easily. Well, not easily. You just gotta have the skill draws. But with Heartfire Hero here, a direct upgrade from Scamp Boy, the only thing they lose out on is the ability to trigger death themselves and become a suicide bomber. But Heartfire Hero, my favorite little Mighty Mouse. This guy's Valiant allows them to get a 1/1/1 counter whenever you cast your first ability that targets them each turn, which also triggers during your opponent's turn if you weren't aware of that. But anyways, the combo, as you saw earlier, is you throw Scale Up on him and they become a 7/5. Then just burn together, fling them at your opponents, and that's 21 damage on turn 2. So unless they're healing really quick or have removal, then you're actually pretty set. This deck is really fun. I made it just as like a meme. I had a few more creatures in there that had this. When they die, they deal damage to any target. But I ended up taking them out and dropping Thud out just to have Callous Sell-Sword and Burn Together in. To actually make it more of a serious deck. To my surprise, though, I thought I'd be working in a Slick Shot Show Off or someone like that. And they're very good for this deck. Don't get me wrong. But Amped Raptor really proves to be an MVP here. And we'll get to that explanation in just a second. That's why you're not seeing Homeboy over there. They're a great card, and I would say if you want to put them in there, probably take out Soul-Scar Mage. Maybe even drop this guy down to 3. I mean, you could easily have them in there, and they're great to burn with your opponent. The meat of this deck, though, is obviously we want to get down a 1-drop. We want to get down Scamp, we want to get down Swiftspear, we want to get down Mighty Mouse. And then beef them up and swing at the opponent as much as possible. And they will burn together with your opponents. Like what I did there. See, we have a lot of spells here that give us +3 attack. Reckless Charge, Monstrous Rage, Titan Strength. Audacity somehow ends up being one of the weaker links. The benefit is, of course, we get to draw a card anytime a creature dies, and it stays around, which is a great benefit of Monstrous Rage. At least 1 point gets to stick around. But it is the weakest of our buffs, and I never thought I'd be playing a deck with something as solid as like Audacity. MTG Arena's Rancor. And I'd be like, yep, this is my weakest buff. Never thought that. Reckless Charge is amazing because of the flashback, too. Like, don't underestimate this. If you build this deck and you think, maybe I should just cut out 1 Reckless Charge, do it at your own risk. I'd recommend against it. Amped Raptor, it's not a creature that you beef up. I mean, at first I thought Arcanist, Dreadhorde Arcanist would have been working their way in this deck. Just because it gives me recursion. It lets me use things like Monstrous Rage and Reckless Charge for free, for cheaper. Get more damage out, or get more cards filtered through. But this just lets me get the next non-land permanent I was going to get out, which can be a lot better if maybe there was a land on top of that non-land permanent. Maybe sometimes just getting out more creatures stops them from using removal. I mean, not that board wipes aren't a thing in Historic. But for the lands, Barbarian Ring is very important. And one reason why is we have Scamp over here, who if we get them and we pull off this turn 2 combo, well, that's not a turn 2 combo with Scamp. So just anything we could squeeze in there to add the extra damage. Chances are they could hit themselves with a shock land and do that 2 damage for you. So in that essence, we do have 2 separate turn 2 win conditions in this deck. Kinda. It's very easy to pull the turn 3 win out of your ass with Swiftspear or Soul-Scar Mage because of their prowess. Everything but Audacity is basically +4. I feel like if you're playing Historic and you don't have a basic land, you're doing it wrong. They will hit you with Path to Exile. The Blackcleave Cliffs is another thing, just another one of those cards that I feel like you're stupid if you're not using. We don't want to have to play Callous Sell-Sword. Very rarely do I have to play them. It really is more of a explorer standard scenario because games just move so much faster. There's some combos are so much more powerful, but it's just still worth to have it just in case. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. I'm running 10. 10 was all I could squeeze in for these colors of lands. And the only difference in my lands when I made these videos beforehand was I actually had 2 Blackcleave Cliffs. It's called I can't remember what it's called, but it's the Rakdos version of this land where they ping you. And I just ended up dropping it out, adding in another Barbarian Ring, and going up to 3 Blackcleave Cliffs. I'm a big fan of these lands that when they come and play, they're untapped as long as you control 2 or less other lands. Those are perfect for this deck. They really are. You can't go wrong with using the full set. And thanks for watching that video. My brother and I really appreciate that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Check out the description for links to our Twitch and Discord, other socials coming up, and the link to the deck list. Thank you.